Picture a classroom in 1902. A boy fidgets, blurts out the wrong answer, climbs the curtains, stares out the window. His teacher calls him untamable. His parents are told he has a defect in moral character. But what if that boy wasn't broken? What if he was holding the key to one of the most common conditions in the world? At the turn of the 20th century, a British pediatrician named George Still decided to actually listen to these children. He saw not bad kids, but a pattern. Kids who couldn't stop moving. Kids who couldn't wait their turn. Kids who felt everything 10 times louder than the kids around them. He called it a defect in moral control, though he suspected, correctly, that the real culprit was hiding somewhere inside the skull. For decades, that was about as close as medicine got. Some doctors prescribed ice baths. Some recommended harsher discipline. Then, in 1937, a physician named Charles Bradley tried something strange. He was giving Benzedrine, a stimulant, to children with severe headaches after spinal surgery. The headaches didn't improve much, but their behavior transformed. The children who couldn't sit still suddenly could. The ones who couldn't focus suddenly could. A stimulant had sedated the hyperactive, and nobody could explain why. The answer, which we now understand, lives in a tiny chemical called dopamine. An ADHD brain is like a car running on an empty fuel tank. The brain's brake pedal, the prefrontal cortex, simply doesn't have enough gas to engage. A stimulant doesn't speed the car up. It tops off the tank, and suddenly, the brakes work. The name kept mutating over the decades. Minimal brain dysfunction, hyperkinetic reaction of childhood, attention deficit disorder. Finally, in 1987, we landed on attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But the children didn't change. They were always there, the dreamers staring out the window, the fidgeters drumming on their desks, the ones who couldn't stop talking, who couldn't start anything, who seemed to live in a world slightly out of sync with everyone else. ADHD is not a failure of willpower, not a parenting problem, and certainly not a modern invention. It is a brain wired differently, one that has been with us forever, sitting in every classroom in every era. The untamable child of 1902 wasn't a problem to be solved. They were the first clue to a question we are still learning to ask. What if different doesn't mean broken? What if different simply means different?